listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
And how you doing, Alex?
What's going on?
Not much. The first official kickoff for the second half of season 15. 15 years. Well, August, but 15 years.
That's a long time.
Of doing this, man.
I know.
And
we haven't killed each other.
yeah.
That's got to be some kind of a record.
Well, we could probably go down in flames as some sort of weird paranormal anomaly event that happened, and where did those guys go?
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody would notice. So how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah, what's new and exciting?
Fuck all.
Spices it up. I love it.
Yeah, I got to change it up every now and then.
Yeah. So 2023 is eventful so far for you?
Oh, yeah. And not in a good way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's
but, it's you just take it in stride.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's been a kind of a weird start. This year.
I didn't have high hopes for 2023.
No,
usually I try to look at things optimistically every time New Year's comes around. This year I was like, nah, fuck it. It's gonna be a shit show.
Things are just going to just explode. What you talking about on a world sort of?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that I just don't have high hopes. That's all.
Is the world going to get that enema you keep talking about?
I sincerely hope so. It's fucking due for an enema.
There's a lot of
planet needs to have a prostate check.
Cleanse.
Yeah, cleanse.
Needs to be given its psyllium husk or psyllium fiber.
Yeah.
Clean up the shit.
Some of that what's that fucking product? Anyway, whatever. Basically what you said, the psyllium husk, it was whatever. It's
Dr. Spackle?
No. That fucking orange stuff they use stir.
Oh, Metamucil.
There you go, Metamucil. The fucking word wasn't coming to me.
Maybe because you don't use it. I don't know.
That's probably why.
I wouldn't touch that shit, man. Hey, Laura, how are you? Well, okay. Well, let's give a shout out to people in the chat. Some guy named Alex is in the chat. Hey, Alex, it's been a while.
Hey, how's it going? What's going, Alex?
Hey, Adrian, how are you? Kenneth, Mars. Hey, Mars, how are you? Marcy, the Sop Sparkle lady.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Barry.
Hey, Barry, how are you? Good to see you, man. And Laura's there. Hi, Laura. Yeah, it's been quite a I think this year is going to be I agree with you. Shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit show. I'm just you know what, I just don't, like I said, I don't have high hopes. Usually I try to keep an optimistic view every time New Year's comes around, saying, oh, this year's gonna be a bit better, this and that. Now it's just fuck it.
Yeah.
Not gonna even bother.
Yeah, I mean, even during New Year's Eve, it was just blah.
I know it was.
Yeah, sure. You don't go out like you used to because it's so fucking expensive. It's expensive every year. Don't get me wrong, but
even more so now.
Well, yeah, with inflation and interest rates the way they are, it's there's no.
I didn't even bother watching any of the shit on TV, to be honest with you, except for the countdown, and that was it.
Well, I watched the countdown, and that was pretty much it. I think I watched the hockey game too. But because they were playing, weren't they? Yeah. The Leafs
were they? I can't remember if they were.
I think they were. Yeah, they were over at 6 or 7 o'clock. It was an early start.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's life It's what we make it at the end of the day. Well, let's make it to the end of the day. Oh wait, we have. Have we made it to the end of the day yet?
We're almost there. We're
We're
a few
almost.
hours away.
If you wait a sec, well, for those in the UK, it's a almost well, it is a new day, sort of. Two
This
o'clock.
this is this is
Two.
what I this is what I think of
All right, here
2023
you
so
go.
far.
Here comes the enema.
That's 2023 in a nutshell right now.
That's spackle spreading.
That's very spackly.
Spackly. Yeah, it's not looking well too promising. Hopefully it gets better, but it's a big hope. I don't know. Do you think we'll see a recession if we're not already in one?
Probably to some degree, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how severe it's going to be, but we will definitely most likely see one.
I don't think it'll be a major one if it is.
No, it's not. I don't think so either. But it is definitely on its way, if not already here.
Well,
we'll see.
I think in some aspects it's already here because I
Yeah.
mean, companies are laying off already. But I mean that happens when you see, years of prosper. And I mean, let's face it, even though we went through a fucking pandemic,
Mhm.
some of these companies just fucking reaped
Oh
reward.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Like Amazon,
Yeah.
things like that. Just
Grocery chains.
well, grocery chains are recession proof, really.
Yeah.
But places like Amazon, because the online ordering, places that were utilizing the online sort of perspective, they were
Mhm.
killing it, man.
Yeah, they were.
They were killing it. And now, you know what? Hey, Liam, how are you? People, well, they're getting, people are getting laid off because they had to beef up the workforce because
That's
they
right.
couldn't handle all these orders.
Mhm.
And again, when things prosper, the floor is going to fall. It's a
Some
matter
point.
of time. Yeah, it's a matter of time. How hard? Hopefully not too hard, but I think, what did they say? 18% of their workforce, I think they're laying off or firing or getting
Is
rid
this
of.
Amazon you're talking about?
Mm.
Yeah, I can't remember the number,
And
but
that's
yeah, it
huge.
sounds about right.
That's a huge worldwide. That's a huge number.
It is a huge number, definitely. Just because Amazon employs so many people, right?
Mm.
So the 18%, although 18% in and of itself is not a massive number, it is huge when you're talking about the amount of people
Yeah.
just because of their workforce.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. It's just insane. It's insane. But
And now Tesla stock is tanking too.
well, yeah, that and are people already sick of this electric cars and shit?
It's
Are they?
it's not quite viable just yet. I mean, the infrastructure for charging is not there, so that makes it really
Well, sure,
um
but I mean, are people like starting to think, well, this is just a big money scheme?
sure. People are probably thinking that anyway, but like for people who don't think along those lines and they just want to, there's a couple of factors. Number one, the costs of the cars are ridiculous. Number one,
Well, yeah, but I
you
mean,
know,
the cost will come down a little bit when they start mass producing them, right? They'll come down. I mean, that's
right?
the nature of things.
Yeah, but there's the problem of the batteries because the material itself is it's not like it's readily available. It takes a long time to produce.
Well, yeah.
That's gonna drive the price. That's gonna continue to have the price staying a little bit higher than it should be.
Mm,
But it's the convenience. I mean, when you have a regular vehicle,
mhm.
you can literally on a whim hop in a car and go for a long drive and not have to worry.
Yeah,
Right? You can't do
Mm.
that with an EV because you have to plan it.
you have to plan it, and it has
And
to,
you know, you can't deviate too far from established routes because they're not going to have an EV charging station in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know what I mean?
no.
Whereas chances are, as long as you come into a small town, you're going to find a gas station, right? So
And
it's one of those things, right?
it's funny. One of the key ingredients is cobalt,
Mhm.
and I was watching. I don't know where it was, but there was something out there, and some reporter had snuck into a cobalt mining facility. I can't remember where it was, and the company had stated that the cobalt was no longer mined by hand but by machine. Because I mean, you literally, it's not safe for humans to mine this with their bare hands. I mean, it's a no brainer.
Hmm.
But this reporter snuck into this facility and recorded it all, and people were still digging this shit out with their hands.
Mm.
And they took it to the company, and the company goes, "Oh, well, we were unaware. We will deal with it." Yeah, okay, whatever.
Unaware.
Yeah, unaware my ass. It's cheap labor. That's what it
Yep.
is. It's cheap labor, and they were burned. You know, I'm sure that'll go a little further. Well, I don't know. We'll go further. I don't know. But here in Ontario, we are rich in cobalt. We are rich in a lot of things that go into the batteries, the lithium batteries.
Mm.
So that's why Ontario is now going heavily into the electric car, like the electric vehicle segment. And what kills me though, we don't have the electricity grid to handle it.
I know.
That's the problem.
This is the other part. This is the other factor, right? I mean, there's so many factors. You can't just say, we're going to go over. I mean, Trudeau's aim is to be, the whole country electrified by X number of years, and it's not too far off actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, I go, where are you coming with this? Like, you can't possibly expect everybody to buy electric vehicles.
Yeah,
Because again, like I said, they're still pretty pricey and not everybody can afford them.
mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, they're just not feasible for everybody. If you're on the road constantly, like if you're a salesperson, you're traveling all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you have to factor in that it's going to take time to charge, which, I mean, you go into a gas station, even if you're on empty, to fill up a tank, even if you have an SUV, it's going to take you no more than 10 minutes in and out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For an EV, if you're low, like if you're at 20%, you want to charge to a minimum 80%, even on a fast charger, you're going to have to be there at least 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes minimum.
I heard like 40, 45 minutes.
Well, it depends. It depends on how fast, what kind of fast charger they have and what. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to be there longer, and you have to account for that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing, right? So you can't just say, "Oh, we got to have to be all electric by certain." Come on,
with 30, 35, isn't it? 30,
yeah,
35?
I can't remember the exact date, but it's something ridiculous.
Well, I know they're talking 2030 that they want to start rolling out like majority electric vehicles. And, these companies obviously are going full force. And
sure, for them, it's money, right?
well, it's a money segment. It's a segment they see that they can make money. There's
right now there's a demand for it.
There's a demand, even though inflation is the way it is, even though the interest rates are the way they are, people are like, fuck this. Yeah, the gas prices are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they've come down a bit, they're still bouncing up and down, up and down. They're unstable.
Yep.
Here in Ontario, you got so many fucking taxes. You're taxed up the wazoo. I mean, what's a normal fucking gas price now? Even with this shit that's going on, we're talking maybe 125, maybe $1.25
without taxes.
No. With all the shit that's going on with Russia and
all
that, right? If that wasn't going on, the gas prices would probably go down a little. But I mean, a little, probably $1.25.
Yeah, maybe
if we're lucky.
Maybe, yeah, if we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been close. I mean, we've looked at. I think it's gone down as low as $1.29.
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago, and of course, it's bounced back up. Last time I looked this afternoon, it went up to $1.50.
Yeah.
And this is liter, guys. This is not gallons, obviously. Gallons, you'd be like, oh, what? $1.50 a gallon? Holy shit!
That's about what is it, like 4 some liters per gallon or something like that?
Yeah, I
So
think
just multiply that figure by 4 at minimum.
Yeah, I think the average. I was looking the other day. It was like 320 to 330 for a gallon across the border, which isn't too bad. You know,
It's cheaper than what we're paying.
It's cheaper, a lot cheaper than what we're paying. We're even with the exchange, I think it's still a relatively good price. Hey, Kevin, how are you? How's it going? Happy birthday, by the way. It was Kevin's birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, happy birthday.
He's the only one watching on Facebook. Come on, Kevin.
Is he watching on Facebook? Oh yeah, he commented on Facebook. What the hell? Okay, we'll have to put his so everyone can see that. Everyone can't see because he's on Facebook. He's not on YouTube. But there.
Yeah. No, but he has a good point. The infrastructure is not there. The charging infrastructure is nowhere near. And then you have the problem where it's not like a gas station, let's say, where you may have a malfunctioning pump. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You know, you go on to the next pump and you may have a bit of a delay depending on how busy it is. When you have a malfunctioning charging station or pedestal, right, that usually has about 2 plugs to it, that takes out 2 right there off the bat. Plus, because charging times are so much more, that's going to cause an even bigger delay, right? So you're going to have a slew of fucking charging stations, and you better hope they don't break down, right?
So when are you picking up your first electric car?
Oh, fuck. As soon as I can, buddy. I got one on order.
But you know, if anything, I'd probably look at a hybrid before I went to an electric.
Yeah.
I'd feel a little safer knowing that if my electricity ran out, I'd have a backup.
Yep.
You know, it's just fucking insane. Oh, God.
If you drive an electric car, just carry with you one of those portable generators. You can charge your car up if you get stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but you look at the commercials for the Ford. What is it?
The Lightning.
The Lightning. You could power your fucking house if the okay.
Someone did that actually.
Oh, you know what? I don't doubt it. You can't do it, but then the truck's probably fucked. You're gonna have to fucking.
Well, yeah. I mean, the idea is if the power. Okay, so if the power outage stays, if it's out for a couple of days, you're SOL kind of deal, right? But if you lose power for a couple of hours, and it's not going to power your entire house, it's almost like a generator. Depending on the size of the generator you get for your house, if you get one, it's only going to power the essentials, right? Like your refrigerator, your HVAC, some lights and plugs, right?
Yep.
With this, I think it's just literally going to power some lights and maybe the HVAC. Depending on what kind of HVAC system you have. Yeah. You know, and you're only hoping that the power will be out for a few hours. If you're out for a few days, you're SOL. Then your truck will be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, and you know, unfortunately, we're being pushed into that segment right now. Yeah. It's just like within time, you know, you're going to need a new car, you know, and the choices are going to be limited in terms of, you know, gas powered cars. It's going to be limited because these manufacturers are all leaving that segment pretty much, except for maybe the odd maybe fleet vehicle for now. But then that'll eventually switch over, if that's not even the first thing to switch over, right? But they'll eventually it'll all switch over to electric. I don't know if they're going to keep the hybrid. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that's going to stick around. It'll probably stick around a lot longer than the regular, like the full gas vehicle sort of thing, right? Yeah. Also, where will all the power come from? Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at how power is generated. You know. So, I mean, look at some of the components of the car itself, what they're made out of. Oil.
Oh, you mean the
Petroleum.
plastics?
Yeah, petroleum. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And I mean,
Tires.
tires. Yeah. So I mean, like, how environmentally sound is this compared to a gas?
It's not, because it's still
It's
not
not.
there's not a proper way to even dispose of the batteries.
Well, the batteries, and I mean, you're looking at a battery is probably good for maybe what, 5 to
They're
6 to
saying 10
7 years.
years. Some, like, Tesla's claiming
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah, claiming, right? Claiming. Because I don't know, there hasn't been a Tesla yet that has reached that mark yet, has there?
Oh,
I
there
mean,
is, yeah.
that's
The original Model S is about 10 years old.
the original. And have they had any issues? Do you know?
Some have had issues. There's a guy I was following on, I think, TikTok, I believe.
Yeah.
He used to have a Tesla, and the original model had a manufacturing defect where the AC condenser drain, right, was was draining the water on top of the battery pack,
Yeah.
and it was rusting out the components and shorting
Yeah.
out the battery. And
Yeah.
and Tesla didn't want to cover it, and they wanted him to pay over $20,000 to replace the battery pack.
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
And
Of
that's
course.
the other expense that people
Exactly. Have
who
that
are looking to
replaced.
get EVs aren't taking into consideration is the battery pack
Mhm.
isn't cheap to replace. So if
And
it goes outside of the warranty,
yeah.
you're SOL. You're going to
Well,
have to
yeah.
fork out another 15, 20 plus, depending on what kind of car you have, just to replace the battery pack. And that's insane. That's like
It is.
almost buying a a relatively good used vehicle.
It's insane, all right.
Yeah.
It is insane. It's funny because I was on my way to work the day that we got that bit of snow there.
Yeah.
And yes, folks, we did get snow. Not enough to make an igloo, though.
No,
But
fortunately not.
And this guy, I was on, just going through the neighborhood streets here to get to the main road to get onto the highway. And there's a guy down the road who's got a Tesla, and he fucking burnt out of his parking lot, and he usually does every fucking morning, and he just bolts down the fucking street. Well, that day he tried doing it, and he fucking spun out.
Huh.
And I laughed my ass off. I go, buddy, you're driving a fucking Tesla. If you think it's that good in snow, you're fucked. You're really screwed. And that's another issue too. In extreme cold, those batteries don't last as long.
They don't know.
No, that's another issue.
You get degradation. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what the percentage is, but it's the cold itself will degrade the battery charge to a point. I can't remember the percentage. Plus, I mean, if it's that cold, you have to keep obviously the heat going in the car constantly, which also drains the battery a little bit faster. So you're going to suffer at minimum, I would say, about 20% less charge or less distance on a full charge when it's extremely cold.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just fucking insane. I mean, yeah, it's a money grab now because they, the environment today is they're rushing you into thinking that the environment is in dire need of change. And I mean, is this something that you have to think to yourself, is it something that we can actually change? Or is this something that, as history has shown, a cycle?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we can help
We might
by
be able to help,
by not over polluting it, obviously. Whether we can change it directly, I was reading an article. I didn't read the whole thing, but it was, who was it that was it the UN? Anyway, regardless, the point is, they're predicting that the ozone layer hole that's over the poles will be healed at the current if things keep going the way they are, it'll be healed by, I think, 2030. right?
Which is huge because I mean,
Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid, that was
that was the in thing.
that was the big thing, the
Yeah, that
ozone
was the
layer.
big thing. It was the ozone,
Yeah,
the holes, and
yeah,
you know all of that stuff.
yeah.
But my point in bringing that part up is that if that's in fact the case, then how bad are we actually polluting the planet? Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying, and you look at some contributors to this to the environment uh, problem, and one of the one of the biggest things is natural methane.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that we can't control, not natural methane. And they have this huge thing in telling you carbon dioxide. We gotta fucking strangle it. No, if you fucking strangled carbon dioxide, you'd be killing the fucking trees
Mm-hmm.
on the planet. That's the wrong thing to do. These trees are the filter of the carbon dioxide. They are fueled and produce oxygen. So I mean, for crying out loud, what
All we need to do is plant more trees.
Well, that's the thing. We instead of cutting all these fucking trees down, you know, like there's a huge problem over in BC with right now the latest thing is the clear cutting of old growth
Mm,
trees.
yeah.
And we're talking about trees that are like 200-300 and up
Yeah.
years of age. I mean, these things have been here for years.
Obviously,
And
yeah.
you lose those fucking trees, then you're creating a much larger problem.
Yeah.
So
Kevin
cow
says cow
farts.
farts.
I
Yeah, no,
saw
he's
that.
right. He's right.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of the biggest contributors to methane is actually livestock.
Pigs are really bad.
Yep. Yep.
If you look at, I was looking at a map a while ago of some of the farms along the East Coast
Mm-hmm.
of the U.S. and the pollution, like the methane imprint that they leave, is humongous.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking humongous.
Oh, I know it is. Pigs are freaking horrible.
You know.
There was another article I was reading briefly where there was someone who, not someone, a group of people, forget the university, have found a way to extract carbon from the air and pump it into the ground. Right. Which, if they're able to actually make this work, would be hugely beneficial.
But would it though? I mean, you're actually altering something natural.
Mm.
What
Well, okay, I'm
I'm
talking about
all
excess carbon. Like, okay, I
okay,
know
but
what you mean.
yeah,
There needs to be obviously like, and I get what you're getting at, but I don't think that they could do this in a sense where they're going to completely get rid of all the carbon in the
no,
atmosphere.
okay,
But if you're able to at least utilize this technology to keep it at a balance, you know, and especially in industrial cities where you're pumping out a shit ton of carbon.
yeah.
And if you have a way to neutralize that and then make it so that it's not overly carbonated, like a cola, then you know it's one of those things, right? It'll benefit the planet in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's crazy, man. It's just fucking crazy. Yeah.
This is what happens when we go on vacation or
Well, yeah.
hiatus. We come back and we talk about cow farts.
Well, hey, we've had a long time to think about it.
Yeah, we have.
We got some really, really cool shows coming up.
Yeah, we do.
Fuck, man, I'm looking forward to it. The next 2
So
weeks.
am I.
You know, next Sunday night we've got Jack Bushong coming on
Yeah,
to talk about the 1994 Michigan UFO incident. I'm fucking that, and he was National Radar Service meteorologist
that's right. Yeah.
and witnessed something was tracking stuff, and he's going to come on. He had to like keep his mouth shut
Yep.
for a whole bunch of years, until he retired in, I think, what was it, 2016. He retired, and he with all the with the U.S. government coming forward and admitting to UAPs, as they call them, or whatever, and the naval pilots coming forward, and with some of the footage and shit like that. I mean, that is really, really cool. And so, anyways, he took this and said, "Look, I'm not crazy here. Something's going on. I need to tell my story." So, I mean, and he was also featured on the latest season of Unsolved Mysteries,
Yes.
episode 3, I believe. So we're looking forward to having him on. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool. And then the 29th, we've got Ian Rogers coming on,
Mhm.
who um back in the early 90s was investigating um a UFO incident that happened just outside of Ottawa, Ontario, in a small town called Carp. They called it the Guardian UFO incident because a videotape showed up with the name Guardian on it, and this videotape. What you seen the footage, right? I think
Perhaps
I think I sent you the footage.
you may have. I don't know if I've watched it though.
Pretty fucking intriguing, man. Footage of supposed UFO and more uh captured on VHS. And anyhow, all this was going on near at the time, a UFO, sorry, a Canadian military base that's no longer in service, by the way. Um, but we're going to get, Ian's going to come on to talk about that. He's also an established writer, author as well. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? He has written a few books, horror themed, and in fact, he's been working with on one of his novels with Sam Raimi,
Hmm.
the Evil Dead.
Hmm.
Sam Raimi. He's been working with him on one of his books to bring it to life. So it'll be pretty intriguing bringing him on. I'm looking forward to having him on as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems that we're finally digging more and more into the UFO sort of,
We are.
you know.
And
So
yes, Jeremy, I am doing better. Thanks.
yeah, people are asking, "Oh, where's Alex? How's he doing?" He's got the vid, got the poor vid.
This will take care of it, man.
Yeah, it'll take care of the vid.
It will.
um, yeah, we'll open it up. I mean, if anybody wants to join us, by all means. Well, we're just doing a laid back sort of show tonight because, like I said, we're looking I guess focusing on the next two Sunday nights. So
Yeah, the
um,
next two shows will be really good. You
yeah,
should definitely tune into those shows.
oh yeah, definitely tune in. I'm looking forward to them. Both. I mean, I was really thrown away with the Guardian incident. That just, I'm like, wow, that's so weird.
Mm.
It's so weird, and what the people witnessed, and so on and so on. The videotape, and actually, hold on, let me see if I can find it, and I'll play it here. Hold on, let me see. I could probably find it. Um,
Just go to the link that on the Facebook Messenger thing you sent me.
that's on Twitch though. Or TikTok.
TikTok.
I won't be able to get it. Yeah. Where are we? No, it's not. Let me see if I can just do a search for it. Let me
It's been a
see.
while since I've had that.
What's that?
My drink.
Oh, the foot. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not it either. I think I got it here. Oh, that's disgusting. I don't want this. I want
What'd you do a search on anal probes?
yeah. Yeah, all I could find. Oh, here we go. That's unsolved mysteries. I don't. Let's see the actual footage. Hold on, is this the actual footage? If it is, I'll just share. No. See. Okay, bear with me. I think I found it. No, I guess I didn't. I found something that listed it, but that's
Those the original link you sent me was on YouTube.
Oh, you know what?
A mysterious VHS tape of military
you know
bunker.
I found it. I found
Did
it.
you?
Give me,
Okay.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm just going to upload it, and I'll show it. Let me just. Okay. I should have did this earlier. I knew I should have, but this is, and you got to remember this is from 1990 or around 91 or something like that. And this is video footage, VHS footage. Let me just bring it over. And okay. And here we go. I'm just going to get rid of that. And where are we? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where are you? Here's the footage here.
Videotape that Guardian had sent starts off with flares or some sort of red light, 4 of them, burning, nighttime picture. So it's totally black background with these 4 flares or red lights. And beside it, stationary, is a large, I'll say a large object. The only way you know there's anything there is the fact that it's illuminated from underneath, and it's a very, very bright, intense light. And on top of this structure, because it's apparent something was there, was a rotating or a flashing beacon.
That's not the whole footage. That sucks. Oh well.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. At least people get an idea.
Yeah. But anyways, Ian Rogers is going to come on to talk about that on the 29th, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But that's only a video portion. I mean, there was a lot more to the case than that tape. The tape is mysterious because they don't know who recorded the footage.
Yeah.
And who sent it in to whoever received it. It's got a mysterious background towards it, I guess, whatever. So they're trying to, But I mean, when you look into the Carp Ontario case, there's a whole bunch of witnesses, of some very unusual things that have happened in a span of from the 80s, and or I think it was what, the mid to late 80s into the early 90s. And is it secret intelligence, sorry, secret, um you know technology? Who knows? Nobody knows, and that's the thing. But anyways, it's unidentified. They don't know what happened, and a lot of unusual shit happened. So it'll be interesting to hear what Ian has to say about that. Once again, he investigated the case, and further investigated it later on in life. So should be pretty cool, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be pretty cool. I'm
Looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it.
Especially for something that happened not too far from us. You know what I mean? Well, a few hours away, obviously, but still.
But it's local, and
it is local. Yeah,
it's intriguing because it's very different, very unusual. I mean, a lot of UFO stuff that you read or hear or watch or whatever, hear about, watch, whatever, it just seems fake. This doesn't
well, it's
seem
the same
real.
story over and over
Same
again.
thing over and over
Yeah.
again. This one is different and intriguing. That's what I like about it. So once again, I think the original Unsolved Mysteries series covered the case back in the day. So yeah, looking forward to that. I've been working. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Let me put that up there. So, do you think there's anyone alive today who knows definitely that these UFOs actually are? What these UFOs actually are? I know the official line is that nobody knows, but is it true? Yeah, if you're talking about the carp incident, yeah, there was a whole bunch of witnesses that are still alive. Oh, but in terms of what they actually are, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Who the heck knows on that? Is there any sort of military personnel that have come forward? I don't know. I don't think so, and I don't think they could. I think even after into retirement, would they? I mean, there are some that have come forward and sort of claim stuff, but not in terms of this case that I know of. So, however it is, it seems pretty intriguing. So I've been working on the dark wood lot, and I just put some scraps together because I thought this was pretty pretty nefarious, pretty evil. Not evil, but atmospheric. And I thought it was just cool to put a little thing together. And
I have a feeling this is going to be a funny clip.
No, it's not a funny clip.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny. It's really neat. Footage from the woodlot here. Let me load it up here. And Alex, you have not seen this, so here we go. cool, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All the scraps from the full spectrum camera that we shot the one day.
Yeah.
I always find it so ominous. You know, especially in a dark, like pitch black woodlot.
Yep.
That something could be scurrying around with us not knowing.
Like those two red lights that kept showing up every once in a while.
The two the two recorders.
You gave it away. You should have just left it left it up to the imagination.
Yeah. Well, what about those fairy lights?
Yeah.
That's but yeah, that some footage from the dark woodlot. We'll open it up. So if anybody wants to join us on the panel, by all means, join us. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, the lines are open. The panel will be open for some open discussion. Please, if you would like to join us, just click on the link. Just give me a sec here. We'll get this all sorted out. But yeah, where do we go? Yeah, making sure that's all loaded up. And once again, this is the first show that we're doing live on New Visions Radio this year. So once again, for those of you listening on the New Visions Radio Network, thank you for tuning in. It's been a while. I think just before Christmas. Let me just I'm trying to find here we go. And don't mind me. I'll get this here. And we'll get that there. And here we go, dude. Just give me a sec here. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, simulcasting here on our YouTube channel and Twitch, as well as Facebook. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network and, of course, simulcasting on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Yeah, welcome back. And yeah, so once again, the link's at the top of the chat. Let me just put it in chat again. If anyone would like to join us, by all means, click the link and come on in. And,
Click it.
And if you want to talk about Alex's great Alex's great world enema. What? An error tried. Wait a sec. An error. Uh-oh, did we lose no, what the hell? That's weird.
What happened?
In chat, an error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. I have no idea why that's weird. Okay, whatever. I have no idea why that happened, but everything looks good on this end. So, anyways, yeah. So, yeah, we got some really cool shit coming up in the next couple of weeks. And, you know, I don't know. Are we going to keep this UFO sort of course?
For a while? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, because it's something that we really haven't dove right into with the show.
I've had shows here and there about the UFOs, but we haven't really delved deep into it.
No, I mean, we've had some prominent people on the time, like Joseph P. Warren and Stanton Friedman, who's been on, and Chris Hawley, the Shag Horror, Don. What's his last name? Don. Oh my God, how bad with names. To talk about the Shag Harbor UFO incident.
Yeah, talking about Jordan, are you?
No, not Jordan. Don. Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. Add it too.
I'll see if I can find it.
Don.
Fucking cookies.
Cookies. Don Ledger.
There we go.
Who's written a couple books on it. So he was on that was a while ago. But we have sparsely covered it over the 15 years, but not quite like we are so far in the second half with 2 back-to-back shows.
Yeah.
Possibly, who knows? We may go a little bit more. If you guys have any UFO stories, that incidents or whatever that you would like us to cover, by all means, let us know.
Yeah, send it to us.
Send it to us at nocturnalfrequencyradio@gmail.com. Message us here on YouTube. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, by the way, and hit the like button for this show. And so on and so on, because we absolutely appreciate your word, your suggestions, and everything else. Because, like I said, I think this the was that you?
What?
That was weird. I had an echo.
Oh no, maybe it's the gremlins attacking us again.
Maybe. The carp Ontario UFO incident I had never heard of before. Never have I ever heard of it before. So that was like okay, let's investigate it a little bit more in depth, and the CBC documentary on YouTube was really intriguing. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
No, it's really cool, man. Check it out. It's and Ian Rogers is a part of it. They interview him. Really cool documentary. In fact, one of the witnesses, her son also comes on and talks a little bit about the possibility of his mother being the one person who recorded the VHS footage that we played earlier, but there's no concrete evidence as to if it was her or not. So yeah, but like these stories are intriguing. If we've all heard of Roswell, we've all heard of the big flap, the big UFO flaps, but I'd
The
rather
Phoenix Lights.
the Phoenix Lights, and we've been trying to get somebody to come on to talk about the Phoenix Lights in the past, but that person can't do a live show. I don't know, whatever. So, but I
Did you
think
get stage fright?
no, it's too late for her to do it, and it's she's in Phoenix, Arizona, which is what
At least 2 hours.
2 hours, an
A
hour,
minimum, yeah.
2 hours behind us. So we start at 9 o'clock. It's like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, which is kind of
Not,
weird.
not
Late
that late.
for her?
Not that late at all. So
No.
whatever. Hey,
Yeah, they're 2 hours behind. I mean, right now there it's 8:07. It's
yeah,
10:07 here. So
yeah. So I mean, it's not really that late, but hey,
no, it's not.
whatever. Hey, we'll eventually find somebody, I'm sure. But I don't know. I don't know. When I think of the UFO sort of flap, I don't know if that's a priority now. I think I much prefer digging up lesser known cases
I agree.
that seem more intriguing.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
And having people like the average person who has had experiences with UFO like submit stories about what they've experienced would, I think, add to that, because you don't hear too much about the average Joe, for lack of a better term, talking about UFOs that often in the mainstream media. And not to say that we're mainstream or not, but it gives you an avenue to sort of say what you've experienced and get it out there, and who knows what'll happen.
yeah. And it's intriguing though when mainstream media does pick it up and covers it. Like I said, that Guardian case that we're going to cover on the 29th, like I mentioned earlier, the original Unsolved Mysteries show covered it, but like television loves to do, it was all about the entertainment and less about the actual case.
Yeah.
In fact, the person who the UFO investigator, I can't think of his name right now offhand, was pretty much hands on with that, and a lot of people didn't like the way he sort of wanted to control the narrative of how the episode went down. So whatever. What's really intriguing is I believe Ian Rogers was very young when he decided to go out and investigate this sort of thing. I think he was 16.
Oh, wow.
I believe he was 16. And of course, we'll have to ask him, obviously, when he comes on the 29th. I do believe the article that I read, though, mentioned he was around 16 years old when he decided to go to Carp, Ontario, or go to the scene of the crime and investigate. So
that's pretty adventurous.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's a kid who's 16 years old that was intrigued by stuff like this. I mean, a lot of us. I mean, I know I was intrigued with it when I was that young, but to go out and investigate
exactly, that's the difference.
That's a different story,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I didn't start investigating the paranormal until later on in life.
Yeah.
well, not later on in life, but I mean, I was probably in my 30s,
Yeah.
Late 20s. Actually, no, mid to late 20s when I started.
Yeah.
So there's a question for you.
Mm.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the paranormal now?
You mean since we've last broadcast?
Yeah.
Pretty
Since
much
we
the
last-
same. You know what? I want so desperately to believe that there's something going on with the paranormal. And you know what? I fight tooth and nail with myself almost on a daily basis with this sort of topic, because it's one of those things where it's like I've always been of the mindset from a very young age that I need to be able to witness something or experience something in order for me to, wholeheartedly believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe wholeheartedly that there are things that we cannot explain, and hence, they fall under the paranormal umbrella loosely, but nevertheless, they fall under the paranormal umbrella. But, your typical paranormal experiences that you hear about all the time on TV and on articles, and even on shows such as this, um, that I have a little bit harder time believing wholeheartedly. I'll take the person's word that they've experienced something that they believe is weird, whether it's actually paranormal in what they perceive to be paranormal, where it's a ghost of a deceased loved one or someone that's passed on. That I have a little bit harder time believing wholeheartedly. All right. So my stance on the paranormal really hasn't changed. It's been like this now for some time. It doesn't deter me from wanting to find out more about the paranormal and go out there and try to see if we can see if we can make heads or tails of it.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
In diving a little deeper, I mean, do you feel more jaded now than you did, say, 10 years ago?
Definitely. Hands down, definitely.
Okay. And so if you go out into the field, say an investigation, how different is it for you when you're in that setting now as opposed to, say, when you're in the Whippy? Because I mean, was the Whippy thing? So was that really an investigation, or was that you just going in wanting to record audio? Like
that was just me going loosely doing an investigation.
Okay.
It wasn't like something that you and your team would conduct to that level.
Yeah.
It was more or less myself with a bunch of friends going out there, and it was more for me and my interests in the paranormal that I wanted to go out there to see if I could capture anything to prove to myself, more so than anybody else, that there was something to it, right? Because I had heard someone had told me, I mean, I didn't even know about the Whippy Psych until this one person told me about it. And he told me about, oh, did you hear about the Whippy Psych? It's an old abandoned insane asylum that is supposed to be haunted. So I looked into it. I grabbed a bunch of friends who were like-minded or who were interested in the paranormal, or a passing interest in it at the very least. And we went a bunch of times. Right. And we did experience some weird things there. One of which was, I think I've said this in the show before, where we were in this one building. It was a relatively small building compared to the other buildings that were there. And we were on one end of the building, and there's a corridor that connects, like there's two rooms on one end, two rooms on the opposite end, and a connecting hallway.
Yeah.
And as we were walking towards the other two rooms on that hallway, we heard additional footsteps aside from ours. And everybody heard it. Everybody stopped and sort of looked at each other, and we're like, we're all looking at each other in that look where like, did you hear that too? Right.
Yeah.
So me being one of the people who had flashlights, there was only two of us who had flashlights. I told the rest of the group to continue on towards the other side of the room or the other side of the building. And I would go back to see if there was anybody who had walked in, because where we came in was the only way you could enter that building. Right.
Okay.
Everything else was boarded up. So I went back to see if there was anybody there.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anybody there. So what I did is I waved everybody down and I told them to come back towards me. And they started walking towards me, and we heard those additional footsteps again, but now coming from the opposite side, from where they came from. So it was just kind of weird. Things of that nature happened. That recording that I took there, where you hear that additional voice on top of my friend's voice talking, that was another, funny thing that we captured. But out of the dozen times that we went there, I would say only like those two instances were probably the only two things that happened. And I get it. When it comes to the paranormal, you have to go multiple times just in the hopes of capturing even just one thing, even if it's an EVP or an anomaly on video or on tape, or sorry, on picture. But those are the only two things that happened when we were there all those times, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so what over the years then has sort of made you feel a little bit more jaded?
It's just the eagerness to try to prove everything, or not prove, but the eagerness to state that everything that someone hears or experiences is automatically paranormal.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of have an issue with all of this, is because you cannot just say, oh, because you heard a noise in your house, it's automatically something paranormal. And now the in thing to say is, or it has been, at least for some time now, is, you have a demonic infestation in your house just because you hear a creaking sound in your house. And everybody, and this is the part that's really jaded me, is that this sort of thing is in line with what's in at the moment with the paranormal, whereas before it was just, oh, you have a spirit of someone here and what have you, and we're going to try to have to cross them over to the other side. And then all of a sudden it turned to, oh, you have a demon, and everybody that comes in, all of the supposed psychics that come in, just come in to confirm the fact that you have a demon infestation. So it's that kind of thing where it's like it's in line with what the in thing is with the paranormal. And that's really frustrating and irritating. And that's part of the reason why I get jaded, is because it's all orchestrated. And that's the way I feel about it, is because a majority of the stuff is just for entertainment purposes, and it's all orchestrated.
A lot of it, yeah. A lot of it is just is entertainment to a lot of people.
And you know what the sad thing about that is, that all of the things that could be viewed as legitimately, I wouldn't say legitimately paranormal, but legitimately intriguing instances of the paranormal, where it warrants further investigation, gets lost in the shuffle.
Well, that's the thing. I'm finding, okay, going into an investigation, say 10 years ago, as opposed to, say, now, the investigation is not as serious as it was back 10 years ago. It just seems like there's a lot of the time and effort doesn't seem to be taken anymore in a lot of aspects. Where you're gonna, okay, let's set up the DVR cams, but in this room, they take base readings, all these things that I know that we used to do, don't even do anymore.
No, they don't.
It just seems to be a lost art. And these are important items to understand the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
To better explain the environment you're in. Because I mean, first and foremost, you're there to try to explain the explainable. And 9 out of 10 times, or 9 out of 10 aspects in that environment are explainable. 99.9% of it actually is probably explainable. Right? So, but people don't go, I don't think, go to that level anymore. It's not about explaining the explainable now. It's about showing people how entertaining this could
Yeah,
be.
exactly. I was just
You
going to
know?
say that it's about making it entertaining, and that's it.
You know?
That's why, to answer your question, that's part of the reason why I'm jaded. It's because of all of that, right? I've never claimed to be an expert in the paranormal at all. My interest was solely, primarily for myself. Um, when I launched the e-zine back in 2008,
Yeah.
it was to sort of showcase the goal for me was, aside from giving me an avenue to sort of write about the paranormal from my perspective,
Mhm.
the hope was that I would have been able to find others, like-minded individuals who wanted to do the same and sort of contribute their experiences, or say, if it wasn't their own personal experience, maybe someone they knew that was close to them,
Yeah.
things of that nature. Like, that's what the goal was initially. um that obviously didn't pan out, and then I later joined this show, and the rest is history in that regard. But throughout all these years, 15 plus years, maybe even close to 20 for myself personally, as far as interest in the paranormal is concerned, it's always been about proving to myself more so than proving to others, because like my dad passed away 20 it'll be 21 years this February
Yeah.
that he's gone. And I had an interest in the paranormal even prior to that.
Yeah.
But when he passed away, and the experience that I had the night he passed sort of cemented it for me, in a sense, where it's like, okay, I have to find out if there is a continuance of our sort of essence, our being beyond our physical bodies. And you talk to people who are adamant that there is, in fact, something that goes on. Like, our spirit, our soul, our essence, whatever you want to call it, continues on beyond our human shackles, for lack of a better term. That's not good enough for me. Someone else's belief is not good enough for me personally,
Yeah.
which is why I do what I do. I try to find out as much of the truth as possible in the paranormal for myself.
Mhm.
Not for, I mean, I don't care what other people believe. They can believe whatever they want. They're free to believe whatever they want. And if
Yeah.
they choose to believe that, we continue after we die or don't, that's their prerogative. I'm not going to say otherwise. I'm doing this for myself. And along the way, I'm sharing my experiences, if I have any, with all of you that listen to the show on New Visions or on YouTube. And, we make a show out of it also as well. And not just, I mean, our shows are not always just about my experiences or yours, Steve. It's about everybody else who we have on the show. So it's about that kind of stuff too, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I mean, we try to bring in as much different perspectives as possible.
Yeah.
With this, for the most part, it's always about, not always, but 80% of what we've done has been about the paranormal.
Yeah.
We have ventured into different areas like film and music and different, true crime and whatever else. We've gone and done some stuff, and now, UFO, blah 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 blah. But for the most part, it's like calling bullshit. You have to.
Yeah.
And we've taken it hard a few times from people who don't like our way of,
Brand.
our brand, and calling out those who are bullshit. What we figure are just bullshit. Yeah, you know, maybe do we need to be more biased on a show like this?
I don't think we need.
I
You
mean,
and I are going to have our own beliefs,
yeah,
regardless of who comes on the show.
yeah,
Um, I mean, you and I have discussed this over the years before, but we'll give everybody a chance to say their piece,
yeah,
regardless of whether we personally believe that individual or not.
yeah,
It's irrelevant because this show is about bringing to the to the forefront, or as much as possible, people who otherwise wouldn't have a voice when it comes to discussing the paranormal or experiences they've had. I mean, most of the people. I mean, we've had some relatively high profile people on the show in the past,
hmm,
but the majority of the people that we've had on the show who subsequently we've become friends with,
hmm,
like Justin,
hmm.
right? Gord. I mean, Gord, we became
Dr.
friends. Yeah,
Demon
Dr.
Gord.
Demon Gord. I mean, these are people who, yeah, we've had on the show. We've had them discuss their take on the paranormal or their take on whatever topic we were discussing, especially during the dark discussions. And and that's that. And unless they have their own show, they wouldn't have an avenue to be able to tell their side of the story. So, and that's what we try to do as well. We try to have people who are not necessarily high profile, but aside from the fact that let's call a spade here. A lot of high profile people won't come on the shows like this unless we decide to pay, or they expect payment. And at the end of the day,
exactly.
we can't afford to pay these people because we're paying for the show out of pocket to begin with.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. That's a guest I could care less about. I could care less, honestly.
No, I understand, but sometimes it's nice to have a high profile people just to be able to get there, because a lot of high profile people have either been in contact with a lot of people who have, depending on the topic, whether it's ufology or paranormal, they've talked to other people in that field, and it's nice to get their perspective based on the people they've interviewed, right? However, if they're expecting us to be able to pony up some cash to be on the fucking show like this, then you know what, screw you.
Well, we've had high profile people on here.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
People who have been on some of these big shows,
like Stanton Friedman,
paranormal shows. That is, that have been on these TV shows. In the past, fact or faked, being one. We've when that was popular in its day. We've Stan Friedman we've had on. We've had actors on the show that, like David Hess.
Yeah.
And he not necessarily was high profile, but I mean, he had, hey man, he would ask for money to show up at a convention.
Yeah.
And he asked for no money.
That's right.
And he came on twice. He enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I really enjoyed having him on the show.
Yeah, it was fun to have him on.
It was great having him on. I mean, we've had some in certain areas, like holy fuck, we've had back in the day we had what's her name? Who sang Black Velvet?
Oh, Alanis Morissette.
No, Alanis Morissette.
No, yeah, sorry. I get my singers confused.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Hey, he's gonna look. See, here we
I'm
go.
horrible with names, people. Alana Miles.
Alana Miles.
Yeah, we actually, yeah, that's right. We did have her on the show.
She was on the show.
Yeah.
Now she's not high profile, but there was a point when she was. I mean, the song, she was popular.
Yeah,
Everybody knew who the fuck she was.
that's right.
Everybody wanted, yeah, Atlanta, yeah. She was on the
Jeremy's
show.
asking if either of us had experiences with portals or anyone we know. However you want to interpret that. I haven't.
I think
haven't.
I have. I think I have, Jeremy.
You have? Okay.
I think I have. I really do think I had an incident where I consider some sort of a portal, a time slip. I wouldn't say not a time slip, but a portal.
You're not talking about a porta potty, are you?
No.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned this a few times on the show, and I left work. I was working nights. I left work. I came home, went home, and my wife was still working, so it was just me at home. I got in the door, and at the time we had a cat. Uh, I don't think you did. You ever meet Goblin? You
I
did.
did.
You
Yep.
did.
And the
You,
cat
you
almost tried to bite my finger off.
yeah. Holy shit, man. Holy crap. Anyhow, this is before we moved out here. This is in our old place, and I got home, and I didn't really turn any lights on. I just fucking went right to the computer and just decided to just you know do some mindless searching the net. And back then, it was like the Wild West. It was great. Just you could find anything and just wow. But so I'm just on the net, and the cat's in the lobby, the front lobby, lying down on the mat in the middle of the lobby, passed out. And then, as I'm just searching, and then all of a sudden there was this huge flash or burst of light coming from the lobby right above the cat. And I'm like, what the fuck? I get up. I'm like, what the hell was that? Yes, Marsh, you did meet Goblin. Holy crap. Yeah. Um, and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell was that? So okay, but what really installed the fact that okay, I'm not seeing things. The cat. I'm looking over, and the cat is wide awake on all fours, looking up directly above where the flashlight came from. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy because the cat noticed it. So something did fucking happen. So, okay, I got to investigate, got to figure out what happened. I go over, check the light bulb. Maybe the light bulb, just blew out. No, the light was fine. A short, no, nothing. And the electricity's working, turn on and off. Go check the fuses downstairs. All okay. And to this day, I cannot explain what happened other that some other than something happened and the cat witnessed it and freaked the cat out. The cat was freaked out. There was no sound. Just this like implosion of light real quick. It was the weirdest thing. So, Jeremy, I don't know if that's considered a portal. I don't know. But to me it I don't know. I really don't know.
That's a ghost fart.
It goes far. I mean, you tell me your thoughts, Jeremy, on that. In fact, crawl up on the panel if you want to, too.
Click the link, Jeremy.
Yeah, guys, whoever wants to click the link and join us. Glitch in the simulation like a faulty pixel. Yeah. Yeah and no. Yeah. I don't know. Was it a glitch? Was it two dimensions impeding on each other. I don't know. It was a weird incident, though. Cannot explain it. Not at all. It freaked me out, though. Freaked the cat out even more. And that cat was psychotic.
Yeah.
Oh, he was psychotic.
Well, like I said, he tried to bite my finger off.
He was a psycho cat. I miss him.
Yeah, 2 cycles in a pod.
Yeah, 2 psychos in a pod. Yeah. I don't know. It was,
Jeremy. We got to get together with Jeremy one day, Steve.
yeah, tearing the fabric of time space, which self-healed. Yeah. Quite possibly. But what would cause it? What would cause that tear?
You know what we got to do, Steve? We got to take Jeremy out for a burrito.
Yeah, but sadly, Big Fat Burrito's gone.
I know. We have to find we have to go somewhere else.
There's a new burrito place opened up out here. I got to try it. Well, you know what? We have the and we haven't talked about it because we haven't been back live. But what did we say? Hold on, shit. What did we say? October what?
October what? What do you mean?
October.
Oh, the gathering.
21st. Yeah, October 21st.
The gathering.
The Nocturnal Frequency Radio Gathering, October 21st. We're still going to work on the details for the location, but we're going to have a gathering, a meetup for all you guys who watch and listen to the show. If you can make it, by all means, we'd love to have you out. So, and who knows, we'll probably live stream it a little bit, bits and pieces of it here on our YouTube channel for those who can't make it out, who'd like to join us. But Jeremy, we'd love to have you out. Possibility.
We'll buy a burrito.
We'll buy your burrito.
We haven't decided where yet.
Yeah, we haven't decided yet. Oh no, we don't. We don't know yet. We'll let everybody know. We'll let everybody know exactly the exact details of that. But yeah. I don't know if that that incident passes as a portal. I don't know. Have you had an experience with a portal?
No, I can't say that I have.
Jeremy, have you? Jeremy asked the question, so I'm assuming maybe perhaps he did, or trying to understand maybe he did. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah. A portal. There's so many. You know what I love about this? Even though the world is fucked up, Alex, there's a lot of weirdness and things that we don't understand that happen that continue to intrigue me.
Yeah.
And those are the things that I'd love to cover. And it's becoming increasingly harder to find them. Why do you think that is? Do you think, again, could it possibly be us just becoming so vain with this shit?
That's a possibility, because we may discount certain things that we wouldn't have otherwise before.
The struggle is real.
It is real. It is real. I don't know what to say. I think part of it, what you said, is correct. Yeah, I think it's because we become so jaded that when we hear of experiences, we automatically dismiss them
Or we try to be
Yeah.
rational and explain them right away.
Yeah,
And I mean, you should do that. I mean, come on.
no, and yeah, that's a given. I mean, we've always stated that we have to try to be somewhat skeptical of everything, and it is true. You have to be. You can't just believe everything.
Yeah.
Because then you're just gonna be all over the place.
Well, yeah,
But
exactly.
in trying to talk about topics, and you hear some people, oh, I've had this experience. My first reaction, I can't speak for you, Steve, obviously, but my first reaction when I watch certain shows on TV about the paranormal is, yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's automatically dismissive. And I know I shouldn't be like that because I can't really say for sure whether this individual is lying or not.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my automatic reaction nowadays because I'm so jaded.
Yeah.
My first thought is, yeah, okay, whatever. And I dismiss it immediately. Right. But anyway.
Yeah, I just well let's put it this way. What intrigues you? What intrigues you right now about the great unknown? Is there a certain area that has intrigued you lately?
It's more of what happens to us after we die.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's been my go-to for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to, I've had past life regression done to me a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to, I mean, if I had it my way, I would not come back to this godforsaken planet. No fucking way. If I had it my way,
Yeah.
But if what happened when I went for my past life regression has any validity, or if it's just a figment of my imagination,
Yeah.
that's to be determined. Then, it looks like there's a possibility that we do reincarnate here, and God forbid.
I don't want to come back.
I don't want to come back either, man. I really don't fucking want to come back. I want to move forward, not backwards. You know what I mean? But yeah. But anyway, let's read what Jeremy has to say here.
Yeah.
When you ask the question, says maybe one instance where I was reading a book about the holographic universe in the morning and suddenly got an irresistible urge to sleep. Put my finger on the book to keep my page and instantly found myself walking in some other world with humanoid beings in being in huts, and was like a third environment. Jeremy, you have a freaking wild experience there. They start to notice me, and that I'm not quite the same thing as them. And instantly, I was back. My finger was still with the bit. Jesus, good God, man!
He's traveling.
Dinkum says sometimes you have to go backwards. No, man, I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forwards, man. Forward.
Hey, Dinkum, how are you, man? Good to see you, buddy. The man down under Dinkum.
It's kind of self-defeating if you have to go backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Although I don't know if I told you this story. I may not have told you because I don't think we had a chance to speak.
No.
So over the holidays,
yeah.
Christmas Eve specifically, we spent Christmas Eve with my side of the family, and I had a sister over from Italy visiting with my nephew and niece.
Yeah.
So we had gone down to my other sister's house in Toronto, and we in the living room there's a picture frame with multiple pictures on it of our family, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So there's an older picture of me when I was in my teens before I lost my hair, which is kind of creepy. And then there's a couple of pictures of my mom and my dad and what have you. And the funniest thing was when I was holding my daughter and I was, showing her the pictures on the wall.
Yeah.
She kept pointing to my mom. Right.
Oh, okay.
Like unprovoked. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there was a bunch of pictures there. So she kept pointing at my mom, and then she said, "Bye-bye." I'm like, "What the hell?"
I think you did mention that. I think
Yeah, it was
yeah,
just
no,
the weirdest thing.
because
It was
you're saying she's never met your mother,
no, well, obviously she hasn't. My mother
yeah.
passed away in 2011.
Well, that's what I mean. She's
Yeah,
never met your mother.
yeah.
So yeah.
And it's
Wow.
not like I pointed like I mean my daughter's 17 months old. It's not like she has full comprehension by any
Yeah.
stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
So I'm holding her and I'm just showing her pictures. I go, look, there's me when I was younger. There's your father, whatever, that kind of stuff. That the kind of things you say with your kids. And yeah, she kept pointing at my mom like consistently at the same picture. And then after a few times, she said bye bye. I'm like, even Lisa was looking at me like, what the hell?
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
Jeremy says, I think we do reincarnate, but this is such a huge universe that we will eventually grow out of our attack. You know what? Jeremy, I'll be honest with you. I sincerely hope I'm done with this fucking planet. I really hope I'm fucking done with this planet and I move on to another planet after this. Personal preference.
Wouldn't that be cool if you did? I honestly, I'm not one to believe in death as we know it.
Right.
Maybe the physical body, like anything else, obviously, but us as a whole, I think we carry on. I really do think that, and I really do like to think one thing in particular: travel the universe.
I would love to be able to do that.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That's what I'm hoping for.
That's
what I'm hoping for. I don't want to be reincarnated into a fucking meat suit.
Yeah. Travel the universe. Go to a fucking another planet and become this carbon fucking base freak.
Imagine going to another planet, you reincarnated someone who's got 3 penises.
Oh, for
holy fuck!
Yeah, but then you'd be fucking horrified if the things that you have to use the penises on.
Oh fuck!
Ugly as hell.
Jeez.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Marcy has. My dad told me about a troop of soldiers in the war that were marching in the open clearing in the wintertime, and there were footprints going into the clearing and never coming out. The troop. Interesting. Was never heard from again. Interesting. Interesting, Marcy. Travel the universe now.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't have the patience for astral projection. It never seems to work for me. Well, then again,
you're not trying hard enough then.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, that's because I don't have the patience for it.
Who the hell needs patience when you're fucking sleeping?
You don't want to be
spunk.
You don't want to be smart. You want to be what? Spunk again? What? Oh yeah, exactly. I don't want to be spunk again.
Stupid F bone. I bone.
Stupid I bone. Hey, think what you do on your spare time is your business, buddy.
Hey, you gotta go back and watch the Friday Night Howl, and Dinkum came on. He was bringing up some pretty funny shit, man.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man. Do lucid dreaming instead. It's the same thing. Yeah. He doesn't have the patience for that either.
No. So I barely remember my dreams to begin with.
No, you do. Just keep drinking the fucking 40 Creek until you pass out.
That could work.
You never know.
That could be more hallucinatory, but yeah, that could still work.
Yeah, you never know. It could work. It could.
Jeremy, here's the thing. I'm assuming you do lucid dreaming yourself, or even astral projection. I got a request.
Here it comes.
Request.
Here it comes.
Come visit me and tell me what you see. And then, message me privately or whatever, and just we'll have a conversation. I'd like to see what this. And I know, listen,
For crying out loud, he doesn't have his pants on.
fuck. I always have my pants on. Okay, don't worry, Jeremy. I always have my pants on. No, I'd be interested. It's an experiment.
It's an experiment.
It's an experiment.
It's
It's all in the name of science, Jeremy. Come on.
all in the name of science. That's hilarious.
I'd ask Steve to do it, but then I'd be afraid that he might take advantage of me.
Hey, big fat burrito.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. But I think astral projection and lucid dreaming have always been intriguing. They've always been, for a long time, been intriguing
They have been.
as a concept, and learning to do it and to practice to control your dreams, if you will.
Yeah.
You're situated in a dream and you're able to control it. Is amazing if you can do that. Especially given some of the dreams that many people have are just so vivid.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you remember most of the dream. And you sit there and go, was that really a dream or was that real? Like, that seems so real. Like, I passed through a doorway and I was in a different world.
Mm-hmm.
An alternative world, alternate world, if you will.
Isn't correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremy and Steve both. Lucid dreaming isn't necessarily where you take control, but where it feels so real that you don't really know if it's actually real or not, for lack of a better term.
I think it's I think it's astral projection that you actually you take control. Lucid dreaming is exactly what it is. Fluid. It's just like, okay, this is so vibrant, so real.
Yeah, because I've had a dream like that where it was very, very. It felt very real, very real.
Yeah.
As I said before,
it's like Jeremy says there. Reverse the question, and it's true though. I mean, are we actually in a dream right now? I mean,
well, if we are, I want to wake the fuck up.
But that's a legitimate question, right? I mean, it really is, because sometimes how you walk through life and go, okay, this does not feel so real, and then you look at stuff like okay, what am I thinking of here? Oh, I can't think of
vivid dream. Yes.
Not vivid dream.
Yeah.
But what's the thing I'm thinking of? Deja vu.
Yes.
And how these things sort of play into that realm. Okay, wait a sec. This seems so familiar, like I've done this before. And you go, have I done this before?
Yeah.
Maybe I have in a dream, or maybe I have in an alternate universe. And most people just completely throw that to the side and carry on. Don't think anything of it. Where some people really look at it and go, okay, look it. There is something going on. Like Jeremy says, reverse the question. Am I awake? Sit there and go, am I really awake? Am I awake? Am I still in a dream state? Is the important question. You know, you go to bed, you fall asleep, you dream, right? But is this still a dream? And the question broadens even more when you sit there and go, when I die, do I actually die or do I awaken? Right? Do I awaken? Do I actually wake up when I die? Do I wake up?
Oh
You know?
fuck! I hope you're wrong, Jeremy. Read what Jeremy wrote last. That's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. Well, thank him. We'd love to hear them.
Steve may be able to stay on for
he-
35 minutes. I can't. I'm
I
fucking
don't know.
tired.
I don't know if I'd be able to tonight.
Yeah, no, maybe not tonight. I'm almost so fucking in the bag right now.
Well, we'll have to take a rain check on that, Dinkum, for sure, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to stay.
But yeah, Jeremy, it is a spooky idea.
I think Jeremy, look at this is becoming much larger here. I think we need to do a show on this.
Dark discussions.
Dark discussions. Jeremy, Dinkum. I think we need to do dark discussions on this. This would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because I mean, it's what in the afternoon there, Dinkum. What time is it there? What is it like 2? No, it's more like 4, isn't it?
Isn't that? I thought, is this Australia? I would assume it's, I think it was 14 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's no more than that. I think it's more than 4. Yeah, I think it's more than 14. I think it's closer to 19.
Well,
I think
we'll find
like,
out.
I think
2:30 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was originally right 2:30. But yeah, no, I hey guys, I think I'd love to do a fucking round table.
Yeah.
Dark discussions on lucid dreaming, astral projection, and all that kind of fucking shit. That would be cool, man.
It would be.
Maybe we should set that up after the
UFO stuff.
The UFO stuff.
Yeah.
The next...
Sounds like a plan. If
Dinkum,
Dinkum's up to it, Jeremy, if you're up to it, joining as well.
Dinkum, send me a private a way to contact you.
Send it to nocturnalfrequencyradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, nocturnalfrequencyradio@gmail.com. Send me a way to get in contact with you. And we'll talk more because yeah, I'd love to hear those stories. Wow. Yeah, I would love to hear about those.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
Marcy, I'm the same as you. I barely remember my dreams, although I haven't gotten to the point where I remember multiple one night.
I don't know. I've been really remembering a lot of aspects from my dreams. Really, really weird aspects. But those are dreams. They're always what?
So I'm just reading like
I think I have you on Discord.
yeah, I know, but he says I always have it always running on my iPhone.
Hold on, let me see. I think I have you on. Let me look on Discord. Yes, I do, man. I have you on Discord.
Jeremy's got to join our Discord.
I just sent you a message testing. I don't know. Check it when you can. Just send me a way to and we'll set it up. Yeah, no, dreaming is my favorite topic to discuss. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's like I said, yeah, let's do it. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm up for that. A total dark discussions on astral projection, dreaming, and lucid dreaming.
Yeah, for sure. You have Jeremy's email address, Steve?
Yeah, he just said Discord. He's on Discord too. Are you?
Yeah, just send him the invite.
Oh, I love it. Man. That's yeah, he just got back to me. It's hilarious. Testicles 1, 2, 3. Okay, and Jeremy, where's your Discord? You see, I'm still trying to figure out Discord. I mean,
No, okay.
I
He
figured
just
what?
he just posted it
Where?
on the chat.
Oh, okay. Where the hell do you look for it on Discord? I'm
Hang
so.
on.
Oh yeah. No, okay, I got it. Okay, hold on. Search. Here we are doing this.
Jeremy, you still have the same cell phone number? I can just text you.
Nope. No results found.
Okay, I just sent you a text, Jeremy.
Oh. Did you send him something?
Yeah, I sent him a text. He's already joined.
On Discord?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Cool. We'll set this up, man. We're gonna do it because it's an interesting topic. Even I'm thoroughly intrigued by all this
Oh, that's awesome.
dreaming and lucid dreaming and whatnot.
Perfect. All right. All right. I think that's about it for this evening. I'm going to close things off here. Hold on a second. Thank you for listening to us on New Visions Radio Network. We'll see you next Sunday night with our guest. I'm looking forward to it, dude.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it, Jack Bushong, and we're going to be talking about the 1994 UFO, Lake Michigan UFO incident. I'm looking forward to that.
So am I.
So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and so on and so on. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next Sunday night.
Have a good night, everyone.
And there we go. That's hold on. There we go. That's you okay, YouTube's still going on. We were just getting things revved up for this for the second half of the new season, or sorry, of the 15th season. We're looking to get some t-shirts made up too for the gathering on the 21st.
Yeah.
I'm talking to my buddy about a new logo.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
on YouTube.
Yep.
A new logo for checking out. It will only be available originally at first for the meetup.
Yep.
So a 15th anniversary T-shirt. It will. I'm sure we'll probably make it available later on our swag shop.
Yep.
But for the first part, it'll only be you can only purchase it at the meetup when we have that on October 21st. And again, we'll get all the details out there where that's going to happen, and so on and so on. So yeah. Anyways, until next Sunday night, guys.
Yep.
Good night, Jeremy Dinkum, Mars, and everybody else in chat who might still be lurking around. Take care. Until next Sunday night. Have a good one.
Have a good night, everyone.